Guys, I would like to introduce the red box. I know it's very cliche, but this box is meant for all of you to share your questions, your concerns, and your queries.
So, why do some girls feel mood changes during periods? So, as I told you, like a female's body is actually governed by hormones. So, there are some hormones which, if they are at a higher level, they make us happy. If they are dipping down, they make us a little sad. So, it's all the hormones game. In addition, like when we start on our periods, our both our hormones, estrogen and progesterone, they actually dip. So that makes us a little low. Then sometimes the discomfort during periods, the pain, or somebody is having heavy periods or painful periods, that just adds to it. So we are trying to help you steer that, so that at least there are some factors which are modifiable. We can work on that. And about these mood swings, I mean, you do not need to cut off from people, from your friends, and sit back in boredom. So you need to do some physical activity, some sort of exercise, have a walk with your friends, talk to your friends, listen to some good music, grab a bite of chocolate, and set your mood right.
How period starts?
So see, till about 10 years of age, girls and boys are growing in a similar fashion. Earlier days, the changes used to start after 12. Nowadays, they're starting a little early, somewhere around 10. So that is when we start seeing some prepubertal changes in the girls. For boys, it starts a little late. So it is the interplay of hormones. It is the interplay of hormones which start in girls, and then they get some prepubertal changes, some pubertal changes in their body, and that is when we see and we realize that now it is basically the setting up of puberty. So there are stages where there will be thelarche, pubarche, and then menarche. So it is the hormones which do come at a level and where it prepares the uterus. So in the longer run, if you'll understand, this is basically preparing a girl in her later years to be able to give birth to a child if she wants. She can be a mother. So that is how it is it is not a one day thing that the body can just switch on and she can start preparing for motherhood. So the nature takes its time, works on the uterus, the ovaries, and that is why there is a system that the girls do menstruate, because only and only girls are privileged to give birth to a child.
Okay, we take the next question from the box.
Can we take a bath during periods? We have to. We have to take a bath during periods, no matter it's winters or summers or rainy season. So on other days, if you get up late, you can leave it, but hygiene is of paramount importance, especially during periods, because we want a very safe hygienic period. We don't want you to have infections and then you have problems in your periods. So taking regular bath, maintaining hygiene, changing your pads at regular intervals is of vital importance. What should we do if we feel shy to tell our parents or teachers that we got our period? First of all, I would say that we would be failing in our responsibility as parents, as your doctors, as your teachers, if you still feel shy to come up to us. But yeah, if you feel some people are by nature shy, so if you feel that shyness, at least talk to your friend. I am sure everyone has a best friend, a friend who's their confidant. So maybe because she is not going through it, so she will definitely be able to help you, and talk to the teacher if you are in the school, and if you are at your home. So if you're not able to tell her directly, then talk to your sibling. Though you should have the confidence that your parent, your teacher is always there to help you to, they will simplify things for you. So have that confidence, because see, like Amity International School has given you that confidence today, that when we can have this discussion at this big level at a podium, and I mean it's a mix of boys and girls. So I mean from now on you have this confidence that I can talk to my friend, I can talk to my teacher, and I'll be heard, I'll be understood, I'll not be shamed. So that's the whole idea. So please go ahead and talk to them. They are just waiting for that thing. Though I would encourage prior talk by teachers and parents at home, so that children are prepared. They are mentally ready that this would happen, and that's how we go about it.
Wanted to know if period is a major indicator to understand or to detect PCOD or PCOS. If somebody has irregular periods, scanty periods, so is that a particular factor to understand if one has PCOD or PCOS?
See, there are many factors in PCOD, PCOS. So, and do not think it's not much of a different thing. It's practically the same, PCOD and PCOS. Okay, and the age group we are talking today, this is the age when periods start. So somebody would start it like at 10 plus, 11 plus, or by 12, most of you would have started on your periods. So the initial 2 to 3 years, you would have irregular cycles. They are irregular because there is no ovulation. They are anovulatory. Most of the cycles are irregular. They are pain-free. They are not the usual pattern of cycles, but it is completely normal. You do not need treatment for first 2 to 3 years for irregular cycles. You can visit your doctor once. She will individualize you, assess you, but usually 2 to 3 years, no treatment for irregular cycles. We do not label them as PCOD because their hormones are just growing, leveling up, attaining that equilibrium, that hypothalamus pituitary ovarian axis. It would take 2 to 3 years to mature. After that, yes, how your periods are, it can be hormonal problem, it can be a hormonal imbalance basically, and one of that imbalance is PCOD. So we it is a it takes into account a lot of things depending upon how is the BMI, how is the weight, how is the activity level. So depending upon, sometimes it can be just a prolactin problem, just a thyroid problem, or sometimes it can be PCOD. So which simple things can help reduce cramps? So this is very important. Somebody would have more, somebody would have less, but there are certain things which soothe everyone. So we always start with the non-pharmacological, non-medicine methods. So something like, keeping warm water bag over your lower tummy helps you soothe it. Taking a regular walk, doing some gentle exercises helps you reduce your cramps. Sipping up that mild green tea, that helps you reduce your cramps. And in case they are more, consult your doctor, and you can take analgesics for period cramps. It's completely safe to take it. It's not like कि आपने एक period में ले लिया, so you are getting your body accustomed to it. No, and there is no great pride in bearing all that bad pain also. Seek help if it is more. Otherwise, rest, mild exercise, walk, and these hot water bags, they do help in mild discomfort.
What are some early indicators of PCOS or period-related issues that teens should notice?
Well, in PCOS, the common symptoms that you can observe is a lot of acne, hair growth, on the facial hair growth specifically, a sudden weight gain, and irregular periods. So we were talking about PCOS. So PCOS, or polycystic ovarian disease or polycystic ovarian syndrome, is basically when you have it's a bunch of symptoms and hormonal imbalance. So what you get is irregular periods, acne, facial hair growth, sudden weight change. You can have one of it or all of it. All comprises, and along with the test and hormonal test and ultrasound, gives us a diagnosis of PCOS. So it is basically a lifestyle disease. So that is what I was emphasizing earlier also. It is a lifestyle disease which causes changes in your hormones. With the female hormones that are supposed to be in some ratio are somehow, because of the lifestyle, they are deranged. And that is why they cause the irregular periods and all such problems.
Great. So we have our next question already from the red box. Are period delays always harmful?
Period delays, so what do we call it as a regular cycle. Some of the myths that everyone has is it should always be 28 days or 30 days. But if you are having your periods for 25 days, every 25 days of the month, and they are coming regular, that is regular for your body. If it is coming regularly at 35 days, for you 33 to 35 days, it is absolutely okay for your body. But yes, it should not vary from your regular time for at least 2-3 days. If it is missing or getting delayed, it is a matter of concern and to be told to your parent, teachers or counselors, and they will obviously get up to it and help you out in knowing why it is happening like that.
So now I would like, if anybody from the audience would like to ask a question, one question coming from the audience.
How do you comfort someone who has who is experiencing periods, who lives with you?
Oh, that's a lovely question. Ma'am, please.
So nice of you to ask such a question. So first of all, whenever somebody is going through a pain or during the period cramps, one should be always helpful and empathetic towards the person and not discard it as, this is one of your monthly times. It should not be disregarded like that. So you can obviously give some hot water bottle, get some medicines, and just to pep the lady concerned, you can put some music and some chocolates, yes, which was in the kit, will always help.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
But a big round of applause for you for such a thoughtful question.
Thank you so much.
We can take one more question from the audience.
My name is Arna and I'm from 8C. So if someone is feeling quite low, especially during her periods, is it abnormal? Like very low. She is very sick.
So if it is because of the pain, and we'll take upon the feeling also. If it is because of the pain, then Meftal Spas can help. If that is also not helping, we have other medicines as well, right? So it can always be taken care of. The low feeling that you're having can obviously because of the hormones, the period pain that you're having, the cramps, because it is not an easy time. So it's absolutely okay to feel low, but then you need to know that exactly if your periods are heavy and if the hemoglobin is going down, that is also one point where you can feel low. So you need to check that.
Great. So now we would like to take one question from the red box. So why does the lining of the uterus shed every month?
Okay. So that we were always talking that why is it happening? Why is it happening? So yes, before taking up that question that why the lining sheds every month, I should tell you that what was told earlier, that this should be a celebration, a period party. So this is not a very new thing. I should tell you that in many states of India, like Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and everywhere, whenever the girl in the family starts menstruating, that is called menarche. That is the time of celebration. That is actually a party thrown like a marriage party or an engagement party. That is a party thrown to the all the family members. So taking up that question that why every month the uterus lining sheds. So every month the hormones are changing, they are increasing, the female hormones are increasing, and whenever they fall, basically why is it happening? Because ovulation is taking place mid-cycle, and that is the time when the uterus is getting ready for pregnancy basically. So whenever the pregnancy is not happening, the hormones fall suddenly, and that is the inner lining sheds off along with the blood vessels.
What are some common myths teenagers should stop believing in?
So have you heard that periods are dirty, don't go to the kitchen or something like that? These are all myths. If you are properly doing the hygiene and everything, then there is nothing to be dirty. There is nothing dirty about it. So that is some of this myth that we want to, from this, place, I want to tell you that this is absolutely a myth. And don't go to the kitchen, don't worship. Actually, religious thing, I'm just
Yeah.
keeping it out because there are other sentiments attached.
Yeah.
So kitchen and everything, yes, you can always don't wash your hair. Yes, don't bathe, don't wash your hair. These are all myths.
How does caffeine intake affect periods? Because we've noticed that the caffeine intake has peaked a lot in teenagers recently.
Okay, ma'am.
See, caffeine intake per se, increased amount of caffeine intake is obviously anything in excess is not okay. But having said that, yes, during your periods, that is a strong coffee or a strong tea can always help you.
What all hormonal changes can we notice in someone experiencing their periods? Like any difference in behaviors or
Well, it is not a very, it is more of a objective thing if we go about the test. But if we want to really appreciate some of the changes that the females can have just before the menses is, water retention is a lot more. And if you girls observe yourself, there is a slight gain in weight, a slight gain in inches. You can see the same length jeans, the same waist jeans is getting tighter around the just before the menses. And obviously during the menses, one will be feeling a little low because of the pain, maybe a little irritable also because of the pain they are going through. So these are some changes that you can observe in the behavior per se because of the hormonal changes.